welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin Hippo, and today we're going to do part 2 of the series that I'm doing on jeans. If you didn't see the first part where I showed you how I set up to measure and prep the jeans for photographs, I'll have that come up at the end for you guys and you can watch that as well. If you have already watched that, you know that I put jeans on a rolly chair as I measure them and get them ready for photographs. So typically I would have 20 pairs on this chair. I'm going to go ahead and show you the complete setup from behind the scenes for a second, and then we're going to come back to focus on me to show you how I actually take the photos. So that's the setup from far back here. Looks pretty good, right guys? So the table that I showed you in the first part is just pushed across the room up against where we normally have our photography set up. You can see the mannequins and the photo stand. We're in the process of replacing the paper. And then on top of that table, I have a tri-fold poster board. These are like $3 or $4 at Walmart. They come in different sizes, so you want to make sure you get the largest size, because as you can see, it covers the entire table when it's folded out. Then it folds up real nice for storage. I need a new one. You guys can kind of see mine's getting pretty rough looking. These usually last me 6 months to a year, just depending on how many jeans I'm doing in that time and taking it in and out of storage and folding and unfolding. But 6 months to a year, $3 to $4. It's a pretty wonderful thing to have. The reason I like that on top of the table, because it gives it a nice, really smooth, pristine white background versus what the table looks like there. And then you'll just want your lights on either side, kind of pointed down. And I do this mostly sitting down, so you see my rolly chair is there and ready to go for me to sit in to do the work. Over on the right, I have a rolly chair where the jeans will be. There's one pair of jeans in the chair right now, but if you watched my measuring video, you know I do these in stacks of 20 at a time. So typically I'd have 20 pairs of jeans on that chair waiting for me. And right next to that chair is my utility cart. It's got everything on there I might possibly need while I'm doing this. And our inventory system in the bins, we have numbers for our bags. So the numbers you see in the cow are for first class, and then we keep our numbers for our padded flats in a little bowl there. And those are right on that utility cart. So the utility cart literally has everything I need. Then directly behind me, where I'll be sitting in my rolly chair, you can see this is what we keep under the table, usually when it's in its normal position. This is what's under our table, and when we use it for shipping, this is an amazing setup too, because directly under it, we have our polys, our tissue paper, a clothes folder, a scale, and some padded flats. So these will be directly behind me, because you're going to see that we pre-package and pre-weigh everything at the time of photographing. Then we give it a number for our inventory system. It'll go upstairs. It'll go in its correct bin and its correct location based on its tag. And it will already be pre-weighed. So I will be able to put that right into the listing, which you'll see in part 3. And then when we pull it out after it sells, it's already packed up and ready to go for us. All we have to do is toss in one of our thank you cards there and we're good to go. So I'm going to hand the camera back to my cameraman Keith, and he's going to show you guys how I do the photographs and get them ready for the storage in our inventory system. All right, so the first thing I do is grab the top pair off of the stack, and for this part you will have to stand. So this system isn't 100% sitting and perfect. You do have to stand to arrange the jeans. But then once you have them like this, you can sit and take an aerial shot with your phone, just like that. And you could always, if you have a chair that's adjustable, if you want to raise it up higher, you can. And I usually just take one photo of them folded like this. I'll take the front like this, unless if they're Miss Me jeans, and look, sometimes you can do this sitting down. Sometimes I do. But if they're like Miss Me jeans or any of those jeans that have like the really fancy embellished pockets, I'll do the photo like that. That way we're getting the back pockets in it. And then I put them out long. And again, I take the photo aerial. Now on my Android, there is a setting that you push that takes a photo and then like shrinks it down so you can get the whole thing. You may or may not have that on your phone, so this part you may need to play with a little bit. You may need to raise your chair up, or maybe this is a section where you'll have to stand up. But I can do this part sitting down. You just kind of raise your phone and go aerial, and then you want to flip them over and get the full length back, just like that. And there have been comments on how do I do this sitting down, how do I do this all on a table and not hanging them up. And as you can see, this is not a very large table and they'll fit. If you have plus size jeans or men's jeans, they're going to be a little bit bigger. So this part where you're doing the flipping and the thing, you might need to stand up with bigger jeans, and they're going to take up a little bit more space. So again, if you need to stand up for this part or you need to raise your chair up a little bit, you can. But the beautiful part is if you have a bad back, you just stand, you take the photo, you flip them, you take the photo, and then you can sit back down and give your back a break. You're not standing for a full 40 minutes taking photos. You're sitting for most of it, standing when you absolutely have to, but you can sit for most of it. And you can always take breaks when you need to. If your back is yelling at you and you haven't done your entire stack, that's okay, take a break. You guys know I do tons of videos about that too. If you have any kind of chronic illness or pain or disability, please listen to your body. It knows better than your brain does sometimes. Sometimes your brain is telling you to push through it and get this whole stack done. But if you're in pain or you feel like you need to rest, take a break. Set a timer for 15 minutes and go play on Facebook, and then come back to it when you feel a little bit better. But don't push yourself too hard. I think sometimes it takes less time to listen to your body and take a 10-15 minute break and go back to what you were doing than to push yourself to finish something and end up in so much pain that now you're losing a half an hour, or even a full day because you did something that made you hurt. So just listen to your body. Sit down for most of this. Stand up when you absolutely have to. So you get one like this. This will be your front photo, the main one. Again, do the back pockets if they're neat or pretty. Get a full length front and back. Then you want to get a picture of the name of the jeans. They always have them there. And then you want to get any and all tags. Some jeans have names like that, super stretch or skinny. You want to get close-up shots of your tags. I recommend keeping your fingers out of the photographs. It could just be me because I'm OCD and I'm weird about stuff, but I think it's so gross when I see people's hands and fingers in the photograph. It just really bothers me. So you can always take a pen. I have black and purple. If your tag is curled up, you can push it down with your pen. And sometimes they're like really curled, so you can put your pen in the middle and pull it real tight. Get your photo that way. I just recommend keeping your fingers out of it because I know there's enough of us weird people in the world who are grossed out about that. And you never know. It might be the difference between a sale and not a sale when someone is weirded out about that. This also has writing on the inside pocket, so I'd get a photo of that as well. You just want to get anything pertinent to the jeans in the photos. So anywhere they have names or anything on the inside, the tags. On specialty pants like Miss Me, True Religion, Silver, I don't know, I should call them specialty. Luxury brand, the higher end brand, the more expensive jeans, including Lucky brand, even though they don't sell for that much anymore. But those ones, you want to get pictures of all the things that prove they're authentic. So you want to get the rivets that say True Religion. Lucky brand has typically that Lucky U sewn right here and the horseshoe on their zipper. You want to get a picture of that. Miss Me has their name on their button. Anywhere or anything on those jeans that prove their authenticity, all those little signs you look for to prove they're real before you source them, get pictures of those to include in the photos, especially with the expensive brands. Because people who know what they're shopping for will see those photos and say, oh, well, this True Religion, they're showing the horseshoe tag, they're showing the rivets that say True Religion, they're showing the stitching and all of that make me know it's real. And then that could also be the difference between a sale and not a sale. So once you get all the close-up pictures of everything that's pertinent to that brand, that name, that style, the tags and everything, you're done. But what I do then is I fold them up I fold them in half, 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 and half. Then I get my scale, and we're going to see if they're going to be first class or padded flat. So this pair is going to be first class. So what I would then do is get a bag, and I'd put them inside. And get one of our first class tags. And I would lay it right here, and I would get a photograph of the weight in the tag. And that's going to not go into the listing, but at the time of listing, when I'm going through my jeans, this serves two purposes. Number one, when you have a ton of jeans photos, they can kind of look similar, and sometimes you're like, oh, where do these end and where do these begin? This is a divider. Every time I see this, I know that was the end of the photos of that pair, and the next set of photos is a different pair. So this will act as a divider for you to easily see in your photographs. And again, I'll be able to put the weight, the exact weight, into the listing for shipping purposes. So when it sells and I pull it to ship it, it's already got the weight in there, and I could just print the label. And I'll also see the location. So I put the weight, I put the location in the SKU line, so I know where to pull it from when it sells. And then I'll just delete the photo. It does not go in the listing. And then I would put the tag on, and I usually keep a bin over here on my left, and I just toss them in one after the other as I finish them. And then Keith will carry that upstairs for me, and together we'll put them into their locations. Now, had this been a padded flat, the jeans would have gone into a padded flat envelope and back on the scale, and I would have put one of our tags for our padded flat inventory bins with it and taken the same photo. Again, it's going to be like 1 to 2 pounds, but it's still a good idea to take that photo so you have that divider, you can see the location, you can put that in your SKU line, and you can put the exact weight in, and it keeps you kind of organized. And then if you have a system where you have to carry them somewhere, just keep a bin or an IKEA bag here, toss them in, and then when you're all done and you're cleaning up and you're putting everything away, you can just go put them right into their locations. If you don't have an inventory system, you really should. I think I do have a back to basics video on an inventory system, so I'll have the first jeans photo about measuring and that back to basics pop up for you guys at the end. And again, I'll put this table in the description for you as well if you're interested in this or our utility cart. Alright, let me know what you think down in the comments below, guys. I will be back with the third part to show you my templates and how I actually list the jeans. Hit the thumbs up before you leave. It really helps the channel. Join our Facebook group, Flippin Hippos Reseller Pod. It's my group, and I never get the name right. Flippin Hippos Reseller Pod. There's a link down below for you guys to easily join. If you haven't already, you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can email us at flippinhipposhelp@gmail.com, and you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at flippinhippos on all social media. As always, guys, we absolutely appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. Go be productive. Go make some money. Bye.